Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend and that everybody, you and your family, are safe and healthy. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, Lee Thomas, Tony Tippins, James Gant, Brother Malik Shabazz, Miss Nancy Stevenson, Miss Bernadette Lumley. Welcome, Kobar Dobbins. Welcome to y'all. Kendall Buchanan, Richard Baptiste, Mike Miller, Javen Demio, Javen Demio. Welcome to all of you guys as we are now just finishing 31 games for the New York Knicks. Bostino, what's up? John Pettit, what's up? Michael Server, Brother Lonnie, how you doing? New York State of Mind. Lou Bingen, V Dash, Richard Baptiste, seen y'all. Shout out, y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. The Knicks, really, I mean, the only DM Dawson, what's up? Ron Cohen, Prezi the Boss, Joe Curry, what's up, y'all? I was before the season, I was saying the Knicks could win, I think it was 58 games, I said, or was it 56, something like that, 55, 56. And, we had one yesterday, Michael Sergio. We had somebody escape from X and come on my channel with that stink. I just told them they trying to mess with the third rail. I didn't ban them yet, but they on their way. Yeah, so there's always somebody, there's always somebody. So first, also let me thank you all. We got to 25,000 subscribers. And so I want to thank y'all for tuning in and enjoying the content. That's good. And I think that's why I end up getting some stragglers that come in here with that X mentality. And so every once in a while, you're going to get that. I think we did a good job of cleaning out most of them a-holes, so most of the people that come in here are on the same vibe and know the rules, you understand? But there are always some people that, all right. So Victor Rivera, old man Knicks fan, Flower, what's up? Clint Stewart, R. Vance, how y'all doing? Yeah. OG has been consistently. Yeah, thank you, BQE. OG has been consistently. OG and McCall. We've been calling them Wingstop, and they've been consistently being Wingstop. They have. They have really. So they really doing well. Yesterday's game was really. I saw the Knicks running away with it, but something told me the ATL, again, this is the league, so teams are going to make a run. They're not going to just let you go. And then here come Nicholas Alexander Walker, Mikal Alexander Walker, and Nicole Alexander Walker. And he start hitting threes, and then they start coming back. And but again, this is the difference is the Knicks have Jalen Brunson, and the Hawks do not. The Hawks got the Leprechaun, but the Leprechaun was on lock. And Leprechaun was on lock. And, and that was the end of that fact. Let me look at the Leprechaun yesterday. Leprechaun ended up with 9 points. Yeah, he was 9 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line. He had 10 assists. But, the Knicks had him on lock. And again, they're going Mike Brown. So he's communicating with his team. He's collaborating with his coaches. And he's rewarding hard work. See, this is the thing. Kevin McCullough, right? In the summer, I saw him. He looked off. He looked quicker, like he had his, explosiveness back. But he didn't look like he was too good on defense in the summer. His shot looked a little off, but he was still scoring, hustling. So I wasn't sure if he was going to stick because of his defense. They put him on a two-way. But you see, last night, Mike Brown trusted him to guard to guard people on Atlanta at crunch time. And McCullough came through. This is the thing. I don't see the practices. I don't know what like Brown is watching, what the other coaches are watching, what the players are watching. But I do know that the culture of putting in work, aside from the games, is a culture Tibbs started, which is now continued with Mike Brown. And so, that they're all working hard. They're all working very hard on their game. McCullar, Kolick, Diawara, all of them cats are working real hard. Jemison, Hoop Porty, they're all working hard on their games. Say that, yeah. So Kolick can be, a snobby little dude. He got that Tom Cruise snobby thing going, but they really all are working hard. And last night, McCullar played well. Kolick didn't play very well last night. He really didn't. Neither did Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson played good defense, but he wasn't that good either. Between McCullar and Kolick, they were minus 12. But between, who was it? It was Mitch Robb came off the bench and McCullar. Between Mitch Robb and McCullar, they were plus 15. The Knicks won this game on the offensive glass. 19 offensive rebounds to 9. 19 to 9. That's how the Knicks won this game. And the Knicks, they did all right. They had 27 assists. That's all right. That should be normal for them. But it was the 19 offensive rebounds that was really and the defensive stops. OG in that last possession, he did that a couple times this year. And the opponent has a possession where they can tie him, go ahead, and OG comes up with a steal. So I mean, I know. And the thing is, when you look at Mitch Robb's numbers last night, he only had one personal foul. You all remember the days when Mitch Robb used to be fouling out by the third quarter? He only had one personal foul in that whole game. And everybody plays the Knicks physical. So now he's learned, you know what I'm saying? So, and he said he wants to be in the fourth quarter, so which is why he's really working hard on his free throw shoot. So, Mitch Robb is a force. And that 19, and it wasn't just Mitch Robb, though, because you look at Mitch Robb had 4 offensive rebounds. Cat had 5 offensive rebounds. McCullar had 4. So right there, those 3 guys had more offensive rebounds than the whole Atlanta team. Those 3 guys. I mean, that is that really is something else. So the Knicks and the thing is, of course, the constant is Jalen Brunson. Now Jalen Brunson, 34 last night. That's kind of like we take it for granted that he's going to bust somebody in the ass. But 34 points on 15 of 29 shooting, which is better than 50%. He shoots 4 of 11 from the 3-point line. He has 5 assists. Okay. He had 3 turnovers. The thing about Brunson, though, in the turnovers is he doesn't do a lot of turnovers, but he does them at the wrong freaking time. Last night he did that. I think it was Nicole Alexander Walker stripped him. He gets him at the worst time. Like you really need a strong possession and he'll get a turnover. So, afternoon chat. Last night should not have been that close. Please stop with that high school bullshit, please. This is the league, man. What you mean not that close? What are you talking about? I hate when people do that. Look, this is the league, man. You can't take no game for granted. None. Don't think because they're playing Charlotte, it's going to be a blowout. This is the league. This ain't high school. This ain't college. This ain't top 25 against unranked. This is the league. It shouldn't have been that close. What the hell? I hate that, man. Damn, stop it. That's disrespecting the league. That's disrespecting the game. That's disrespecting the game. That's what I'm feeling like. Don't do that. Don't come in here and disrespect the game. Please stop. So anyway, shouldn't have been that close. It should have been that close because that's what it was. It was close. You understand? Don't disrespect the game. This is the league, man. These are the greatest players in the world. Any night, somebody can go off. Hey, listen, how many times has Okongwu hit 6 3-pointers in a game? Did y'all see that? Okongwu plays the 5, and he hit 6 3-pointers in a game. That's the league, man. That's the league. They had some dude named Vic. Vic comes off the bench out of nowhere and blowing out threes from like across the street. Never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? This is the league, though. That's how it is. Okay. And you know what? Cat. Well, Cat, we see Cat went off a little bit. He had 36. He had 15, including 5 offensive rebounds. He only had 3 personal fouls, but he was -7. But you know what about Cat, though? Did y'all notice Okongwu fouled out? Okongwu fouled out. And you know why he fouled out? Because he was trying to guard Cat. Did y'all notice that? He's trying to guard Cat, or he's trying to help out sometimes on Cat. And he's fouling out. Okay? He's fouling out. So that's what Cat was helping the Knicks just by Okongwu trying to guard him. And you know why Okongwu had to guard him? Because they had nobody else that could come close to Okongwu. They had nobody else that could come close that can guard Cat. They had nobody else. Jalen Johnson couldn't do it. Forget Zachary Richarche, he couldn't do it. They had nobody else. None of them other cats could guard him. Okay? Nobody else could guard him. So the best candidate was Onyeka. And Onyeka was Cat spent all day on the foul line yesterday. I mean, did y'all see that? He spent all day on the foul line. How many foul shots he had? He was all night on the foul. He had 18 foul shots. Damn. I mean, he was all night on the foul line, man. He was all night on the foul line. Yeah. And so, do we, Michael? Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the heads up. We got one. Okay. Yeah. So, Cat was really a big factor last night. I don't know if we win that game if Okongwu doesn't foul out, because Okongwu was killing us from the 3-point line. He was killing us. So, but and you make a good point, Mr. William 1072. You make a good point with respect to him using the off arm a lot and getting called for it. But Cat's nature is to be a bully on the floor. And that's what you want from a 7-foot dude, a 7-foot, 200 and whatever pound he is. You want him to be a bully. You want him to bat people down. You want him to push people and bolt people. He just got to be more careful with it because the refs are looking for it, that the refs are looking for it. But, there's Cat is what he is. I wouldn't, from the fan standpoint, try to think he's going to change. He is what he is. Now, last night, we saw he did not use that off arm a lot. He did not. Okay? So maybe he's learning not to. But we got to find out tomorrow night when they play New Orleans. But, if he really gets used to not using that off arm like he does, he already is unguardable. The only person that can guard Cat legitimately is Cat. That's it. He's the only guy that can stop him. And if he doesn't stop himself, there's nothing nobody could do. Yeah, I hear you, Lou. There's nothing nobody could do, man, because nobody could guard him. He's too big, too strong, too skilled. Nobody could guard him. Did you see him? I think I'm going to be conservative and say he was at least 28 feet from the basket. And they let him just line the laces up and shoot it. It was almost like a layup for him. It was almost like a layup. He's rough, man. He is rough. But we're going to be in good shape. This is the thing. Overall, check this out. So the Knicks have played 31 games. What's up, Corey Lindsay? Brown is really doing a good job. What y'all think? I think he's doing a great job at preserving Mitchell Robinson. I think he's doing a great job preserving Mitchell Robinson. That's what we were talking about. I was saying I don't want Mitch to play more than 24 minutes a game. Well, Mitch is averaging less than that. Mitch is getting less than 24 minutes a game right now. So I mean, what is he getting a game? Let me just see. What is his average? Let me look at the team stat. Mitchell Robinson. Where is he? He's getting 18 and a half minutes a game. Let's call it 19 minutes a game. See, if you can do that with Mitch Rob's going to play a lot of games, they don't play him back to backs. Cool. And you know what? He's going to be available in the playoffs. And when he's available in the playoffs, the Knicks match up well with Oklahoma City. And I'm not signing this Oklahoma City defending NBA champions. They really a great team, not a good team, a great team. But we match up well when Mitch Rob is healthy. We match up well with them. We match up very well. So Brown is doing a great job at that. He even is preserving Jalen Brunson, even against Brunson's better judgment. Brunson sat the other day, and Brunson didn't know why he was sitting. He just said, Coach wants to do that. So Brunson has played, out of the 31 games, he's played 28 games. He's averaging 36 minutes a game, which is a little much, but, needs it. Josh Hart is averaging 30 minutes a game. He started 14 games, and he's played in 28 games. This is really, I like how he's managing this team, man. I like how he's managing this team. And we have shown, that we match up well with the Spurs. We match up well with either team. But the thing is, I think the Spurs got the Thunder's number. I think the Spurs got the Thunder's number. There's sometimes a team just has your number. Don't matter, the records don't matter. And I think the Spurs got the Thunder's number. Now, Shamet, they said, is taking full contact right now. So they're expecting him back after the new year. When? I don't know. I expect, and I always expect the Shamet to be back by Martin Luther King. But I think he's going to be back before that. I always expect the Shamet to be back by Martin Luther King, but I think he'll be back before that. Deuce should be ready. I was totally shocked when they downgraded him from questionable to out yesterday. See, that's what I'm saying. Richard Baptiste, you make my point. Exactly. I would not expect the Pistons or the Spurs to lose to the Jets. But they did. So Deuce is just like right now, if you was to look at the injury report for the Knicks right now, if you look at their injury report, let me see what they say. They say he has been ruled out for Saturday's game. They don't tell you anything in terms of what's the next situation. I think it's one of those situations where y'all been around the Knicks long enough. They're very secretive. They will give you information without giving you information, right? They're very secretive with injury, very secretive. You see, so I don't know what the heck is going on. Let me see. I'm looking on NBA.com to see if they got any news. They don't have any news on this one either. I'm looking at to see if for that game, if they got any news on that. Let's see. Because usually NBA.com will give you the estimated date of the return of the player. They'll tell you when they're estimated to return. They don't have it for Deuce. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Is that what it is? When BH check? Yeah, but so you know what? I'm until they say otherwise, I'm expecting to see Deuce McBride any game now. I thought I would see him last night. No, I'm not. I don't get worried at stupid stuff like that, John Petty. You know me. I'm not worried. I'm not. He had a bad ankle sprain. We knew he was going to miss time. He was ready to come back a week ago, as you remember, right? So the Knicks are being cautious. It's fine. It's fine. The Knicks are being cautious, so it's fine. I was expecting him last night. I don't know why the last minute they pulled him, but we'll see. I mean, if they had him listed as questionable, usually what that means is he warms up and they decide should he go or not. Now, if it's up to Deuce, he's going to play. So apparently somebody overruled him and said, no, you're not playing today. Okay. Yeah, and well, Angro, but Josh Hart is tough, man. Some gotta be broken. If they ain't list him with a broken bone, he gonna be back. He's not on this road trip. So that means he's back in New York rehabbing the ankle. So he's gonna be back. I'm not worried about Josh Hart. Unless his ankle is broken, he's coming. So y'all should know this. Don't worry about these guys. Brunson, Deuce, Hart. These are tough dudes, man. They got to be really hurt to stay out extended time. So we'll be all right. Is Zion playing tomorrow? Let me check. Is Zion playing tomorrow against the Knicks? You do have to ask that question because you never know. He is in Anthony Ambulan school. He's not on the injury report. Herb Jones is ruled out from last night's game. DeJounte said he could return after New Year's, according to Shams. So to answer your question, Zion is not on the injury report. And that is, that's a big thing, right? No, I ain't saying nothing about suspension. He's just not on the injury. I think he's ready to play. Zion Williams. Let me just see if let me look at the depth there. Yeah, Zion is just ready to go, man. They got Zion ready to go. I really would love to have Sadiq Bey. I ain't going front. I would love to have Sadiq. Sadiq's a solid NBA player. I would love to have him on this team. He would just add to the depth. And that's what it is, right, y'all? It's depth. I mean, look, last night, Brown played Kolek, Diawara, McCullough. Am I missing somebody? Diawara started. Then he put Kolek and McCullough in the game. This man. I mean, I don't know what Brown going, but I tell you what, McCullough, wouldn't you all say McCullough was a major factor in this win last night? So McCullough legitimately contributed to winning last night. What y'all think, right? McCullough contributed to winning, man. So all of that, when you could get winning basketball from guys, McCullough's on a two-way contract. He ain't even on a regular contract. He's on a two-way deal. And he was hitting some shots last night and playing some damn defense. I was like, who is this guy? Yes, he was, man. So he's on a two-way deal, And that's another thing we got to remember. We got McCullough on a two-way deal. Jemison's on a two-way deal. I don't know, man. The Knicks are not going to be a problem. The Knicks are a problem. Detroit's looking in their rearview mirror because objects are closer than they appear. You know what I'm saying? Detroit's looking in their rearview mirror. Objects are closer than they appear. I'm telling you. Yeah, McCullough does have a lot of Josh Hart in this game. No doubt. He does. But, man. There's a couple of problems. Trap music say, I would convert McCullough from a two-way. What you could do, I would like to see Jemison too. Jemison contributed winning when he played. But yeah, being that you got Mitch Robb and Cat that can play the five, I would not mind having McCullough. McCullough, you trade Yabusele into somebody's cash space and you got McCullough. Now, don't mess around and get McCullough and Sadiq Bey. Damn. Damn. I mean, so let's see. We'll see what happens, man. I know, right? Guilford, even that's what scares me. When I see traditional, and you know what? Shaq came out his face the other day and said, I am a Knick hater. Did y'all hear that? He said, I am a Knick hater. I admit it. But he said they good. Because Barkley said, you a Knick hater? He said, yeah, I'm a Knick hater. He said it. How could you be an analyst that's supposed to be objective and you come out your face like that? But anyway, that's what Shaq said. Yeah, if they traded Yabusele, that means they'd have to trade him into somebody's cap space. Yeah, so yeah, Shaq actually admitted. He said, "Yeah, I'm a Knick hater." Yeah, Shaq is just he's a fun. He tried to act all serious, but he really is a clown. He's funny, and he be buying stuff for people, you know, paying for groceries, paying for cars, paying bills for folks, paying restaurant for everybody. He does that stuff, you know. So he's a clown, but you know, he got a good heart. I think he does. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. But there's a lot of ways the Knicks can go here. You know, if they decided to convert McCullar from a two-way to a regular contract, then that means they got a two-way spot open, doesn't it? And I know who y'all think should be in that two-way spot already. I've been hearing this till I'm, you know, whatever. My ears going, ooh, I'm hearing. I know who y'all want to be in that two-way spot already. Yeah, of course. So if they convert Kevin McCullar from two-way to a regular NBA contract, they can put Dink in there at the two-way. You know, that would satisfy some of y'all until next summer. I'm telling you, I'm thinking like Dink pay is like my steak that's in the oven. Right? I ain't got one in the oven. Know what I'm saying? When I put my steak in the oven, I ain't worried about it till it's time to come out. When it's time to come out, then I'm going to eat it, right? Pate is going to come out next summer. And when he comes out, it's gonna be a problem for the summer league when Pate come out next summer. Pate is gonna come out next summer with a chip on his shoulder. It's gonna be good to see. Okay, it's gonna be good to see. So Dink is gonna be pink and he's gonna run the ring, and everybody else gonna sing. What y'all think? You know? Yeah. So. Yeah, so yeah, it's going to pay off the player development. It's different, and you know, like I said, we don't see the practices, but I gotta believe McCullar has shown in practice that he's ready to play. I don't think in terms. See, unlike people that look at X too much, I do not think of any Knicks player as being expendable unless they just suck up the joint. The only expendable player right now is Yabusele. That's it. I don't think of anybody being expendable. I hated to see Dante DiVincenzo get traded, but he was expendable apparently when they were trying to get Cat. So I don't be planning for a player to be expendable. Somebody accused me of saying I wanted Kolek traded. That is a lie. And I hate when people give half-truths and try to attribute it to something I said. What I actually said was, if the Knicks were going to keep Shamet and one other player, that Kolek could be traded. That's what I said. Because they could not keep Kolek and Daddier and sign two vets. That's what I was saying. And there was a lot of talk. Malcolm Brogdon, everybody was like, oh, this is a game. I seen people write videos about Brogdon's going to be a game changer for the Knicks. And so there was Malcolm Brogdon and there was Matthews. I already was telling you, Shamet was going to be on the team. So the only question was, are they going to keep Brogdon or Matthews? And if they kept another guy like that, Kolek or Daddier or both of them, we're going to have to go. Well, as we know what happened, they were going to keep Brogdon, but Brogdon retired, which opened the door to keep Kolek. See, so that's the only thing. Somebody said, well, you wanted Kolek traded. Why? Because I said he was going to be traded if they kept Brogdon. That's why you say I wanted him traded. Yeah, some of them people are just anal retentive hemorrhoids. And I don't mind kicking all of them out my team. Get it off my channel. Oh, and then I did a video where I said, you know what? I think Kolek's going to be all right. Remember that? I said, you know, he didn't mention that. I said, I think Kolek's going to be all right. He survived. Remember that? I said, Kolek survived. He's going to be all right. Guess what? I'm trying to say, I said if they keep another guy that's a veteran with Shamit, because even anybody always putting Shamit, one of these three, two of these three, one of them ain't gonna make. I said no, Shamit's gonna be on the team. Shamit's gonna be here. There was never a doubt to me that Shamit was gonna be on the team. The only question is if they keeping two vets or just Shamit. So as it turned out, they were just keeping Shamit. And it obviously was a good decision because Kolek has played well. Overall, I say Kolek has played very well. Yeah, oh yeah. And I tell you, you ain't seen West 4th Street yet. You ain't seen him yet. Wait till we get to the playoffs. Wait till we get to the West 4th Street gonna be coming out of his skin ready to bust somebody in the head. I'm trying to tell you. Man, wait till we get to the playoffs. Pacome Daddier is an NBA player. He just is not developing as fast as the impatient Knick Nation thinks he should. Daddier is an NBA player. And he's going to be an NBA player. And one day he's going to be in somebody's rotation. Okay? One day he's going to be in somebody's rotation. Whether it's the Knicks or somebody else. They may trade him. They may have to trade him because a team like a New Orleans Pelicans, a rebuilding team, they would love to have Pacome Daddier and let him be, throw him in the fire and let him play. So yeah, Pacome Daddier is an NBA player. I've said that before. I'll say it again. Pacome Daddier is an NBA player. Just because somebody needs to get traded doesn't mean they stink. It just means they don't fit in the timeline. Okay. It's not like RJ and IQ and Obi and Grimy. They were terrible players. They just didn't fit with what was going on at the moment. The Knicks were really trading future value for present value and getting Mikal Bridges and getting OG Anunoby, and getting Karl-Anthony Towns. They were trading future value for present value. That's all that was. It had nothing to do with, and that's where Daddier is right now. Daddier is future value. Okay, Daddier is future value. No, I wouldn't even say Daddier. Daddier is in his third year? What year is Daddier? In the second year? What year is he in, man? Pacome. What year? When did he get drafted? The year before last? Let me see that. He's still only 20 years old. Put it that way. He's only 20 years old. The boy got drafted in 2024. So this is his second year. There's a reason rookies get 4-year contracts. It takes about 4 years to really develop in the league. It's not like everybody comes in right away like Victor Wembanyama and starts really playing all NBA defense. That's very rare. Very, very rare. You got to give him 4 years to develop. Okay. Look at Trey Murphy III. Trey Murphy III, I think, is in his 4th year. So it took him 3 full years to develop. And when he is developed, he's a bad boy right now. So is Quentin Grimes. That's what I'm saying. You got to give him that time to develop. Not everybody comes in as a rookie like Tyrese Maxey and starts going the hell off right away. That's very rare, y'all. It doesn't happen a lot. Don't expect that for every rookie. So Pacome is developing on schedule, in my view. He's developing on schedule. You got to give him at least 3 seasons. And I'm thinking he's going to need all 3 to come through. He'll be better next year. I think him and Pate could be a good combination, right? I think they can. We got to give them some time. Those people are too impatient, man. And they start looking for stuff, look at Tyrese Maxey. He's starting. Why come our rookie can't do that? I mean, what kind of, some people say stupidness like that. It's like, what? Whoa. Yeah. But listen, it's a numbers game and it's timing. So if they got to trade Pacome Daddier to get Sadiq Bey, I'm doing that. You hear what I'm saying? If they got to trade Pacome Daddier to get Sadiq Bey, I'm doing that. And I love Pacome Daddier, but Sadiq Bey is ready right now. That's all I'm saying. See? Yeah, so I would do that in a heartbeat. I would do that in a heartbeat. See? So, yeah. Yeah, so we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, we got to have patience with these guys. Like I said, Kolek was another guy. I wasn't sure if he was going to, but then again, what kept eating at me was they gave him the largest second round deal that Don never gave anybody. Nobody got a second round deal like Kolek got, guaranteed $6 million. So that told me they were going to be patient with him. They were going to be patient with him. So I still thought that he would be traded if they went with Malcolm Brogdon. If Malcolm Brogdon didn't retire, you wouldn't have Kolek right now. He'd be starting for the Charlotte Hornets probably. He'd probably starting for the Charlotte Hornets, man. But yeah, so yeah, but gotta be patient with Pacome Daddy. He's not ready now, but he will get there. He will get there. He's an NBA player, and he's going to play for somebody. It's just a question of who. Is it going to be the Knicks or somebody else? Y'all got to remember, the Knicks are stacked. You can't just say, let's play a guy, and there's no room for him to play. Look what happened. Deuce is hurt. Shamet is hurt. Josh Hart is hurt, right? You got 3 of those guys hurt. And who we get last night? We got Kolek, Diawara, and McCullough. Pacome Daddy didn't play, right? He didn't play last night, right? He didn't play. But that's the way it goes, man. It's just too much talent. This team got too much talent, man. So you can't get everybody. And look, even Hoop Porty didn't play last night. Hoop Porty didn't play either. Okay, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. This is the league. Everybody's good. What are you gonna do? You can't put everybody in the game because you just like them. You gotta be winning. So last night, Yabusele, Daddy, and Hoop Porty, DMPCD, all 3 of them, DMPCD. And that's with 3 rotation players hurt. 3. Okay. Yeah, but trying to say. So yeah, Jemison didn't play either. That's right. Jemison, Hoop Porty, Daddy, they didn't play. You know, it is what it is. You're going to see some nights, you know, look, I want to see, looking at the Knicks, right? Let me see here. If you look at the Knicks this year, how many games each guy started, right? You think, you know, some guy, and you're talking about guys getting DMPCD. So, of course, Bridges started all 31 games. Cat started 29. Brunson started 28. Anunoby started 21. Hart started 14. These are what you expect. Mitch Rob started 11. Deuce started 9. Landry Shamet started 6. Hoop Porty started 3 games for the Knicks this year. Believe that? He started 3 games. He's appeared in 19 games. Diawara has started 2 games and appeared in 23 games. Kolek started 1 game and he's appeared in 27 games. See, you never know, man. Clarkson, a guy you might have thought would start, he has never started this year. He's never started. So you never know. Yeah, so I think Dink Pate with Diawara and Daddy, that's gonna be those. Them youngins gonna play good together. I'm trying to tell you, them youngins gonna play good together. James Najee, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with Najee. I know he's trying to go back to college. I don't get it, but whatever. Okay, you know, he's trying to go back to college. I've never heard of this in my whole life. I've never heard of this. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to learn how to hold his ground underneath the basket, though. So maybe somebody in college will teach him. What school is he trying to go to? Is he trying to get to Calipari in Arkansas? What is he doing? What school is he? Y'all know? What school is he trying to go? He's trying to go back to college because he hasn't signed an NBA contract. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at 20 and 10 by 30. And Baylor, he trying to get a Baylor? Okay. So he's trying to learn something, I guess. I don't know. I guess he would get NIL money, right? In college. He would get NIL money in college. That's another thing. He'd probably get paid more. He'll get NIL money in college. He'll learn the game. He's only 20. I think Najee is 20 or 21. James Najee. I think he's a young boy. So he's a young boy. So I mean, he's no older than 21. So he's a young boy. You know, he'll be all right. Whatever. You know. James Najee. Let me see. I thought he would be better though. But when I saw in summer league how people was pushing him out, yeah, he's going to Baylor. He's 21. He's 21. He's going to Baylor. All right. So he's going to play at Baylor 1 year and come out next June, right? Or is he going to play next year? I don't know. He committed to Baylor. What I'm looking at Google. It says he's committed to Baylor University. Yeah. Tom Izzo is pissed off. He's going to be playing for the Baylor Bears. He's pissed off that the homie's coming to Baylor. Hey, he's going to be dominant in college. He should be anyway. Should be. Jack Johnson, did he? I didn't see it, Josh. I'm interested in watching Chappelle though. Oh, I knew about Jack Johnson and the creation of the Mann Act. That I knew already. Yeah, they were trying to get him because he was a black man beating up white people and having sex with white women. So they were trying to get him. So they created the Mann Act specifically to arrest him. It wasn't the first time they did stuff like that. Yeah, y'all got to understand. My thought process is America always hates black people until they prove otherwise. And so far, they've never proven otherwise. So it is what it is. But we who understand these things are not surprised at these things at all. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. So yeah, I knew they created the Mann Act just to arrest Jack Johnson. Yeah, I knew that. And he fled. He actually got away. He went through Canada and went into Europe, and he stayed in Europe for a while. When he came back, he did his time. Yeah, and he actually didn't do anything wrong. The wrong thing was that he was screwing a white girl. That's it. Yeah, he was swirling at a time when just thinking about swirling was going to get you hung. Just even thinking about swirling was going to get you hung, you know. So he was swirling. He was openly swirling. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. And that was too much for America. Too much. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Listen, y'all heard of Joe Louis, right? Joe Louis was one of the, I would say easily 5 greatest heavyweights ever. Probably top 3, Joe Louis. And Joe Louis was champion for at least, I think, 10 years he held the championship. And he was doing volunteer exhibitions for the military. And the government taxed him on his voluntary exhibitions. And he had IRS coming after him because of that. And that's why he came out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano way past his prime. And that's why Marciano beat him. If Marciano would have fought him, I don't know, even 5 years before that, he beat Marciano ass. But it is what it is, man. But yeah, so they were always dogging us. That's no surprise. That's no surprise. Yeah, they were trying to, IRS was coming at him for back taxes when he was volunteering for the service. Yeah, so you can't expect. There's reasons that I know it ain't going to change, and I ain't going to go into that now. It is what it is, man. That's all I say right now. It is what it is. I know. Joe Louis was dependent on help from former fighters and entertainers like Pearl Bailey. He was dependent on that. They were helping him. Yeah, they were helping him. Yep. Oh, MJ was gambling. Come on. Do you know the night before Chicago eliminated the Knicks at the Garden, he was out to like 3 a.m. gambling $100,000 a hand, 150, some crazy number. This was back in the 90s. MJ had a gambling problem, very bad gambling problem. And in order for him the face of the NBA, face of they had to have him retire, let all that die down, and then bring him back. That was why he retired. I mean, it was well known that he was a notorious gambler, man, notorious gambler. And he was gambling in Atlantic City. Atlantic City is not close to New York. It's a good hike to get to Atlantic City. So he went to Atlantic City, was gambling until the middle of the night, came back the next day. The next night he beat the Knicks. It's crazy, man. MJ was a notorious gambler, man. Notorious. They used to have they be gambling on card games since he's like in second year. You know, he was a bad gambler. Bad gambler. He was one of the few guys that made so much money he couldn't lose it. He couldn't lose it. He couldn't lose it. Yeah. That's right. The Don did the job. Walt Perrin, the Don. What's the capologist's name? What's the capologist's name? Y'all know who's the capologist? What's that guy's name? It was the Don, Walt Perrin, Brock Aller. All of them did work, man. Brock Aller, Walt Perrin, Rosas, right? They got a squad in the inner sanctum of the Don Sanctuary. They got a squad up in there. They don't let nothing slip out. The management is tight. Every great team in the major sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or even hockey, it starts with a great front office. You can have all the talent in the world, and if you don't have a great front office, it starts with a great front office. The New York got the front office. When they put the Don in there, and he started putting guys like Walt Perrin in there, yeah. Did they win that game, Tippin? Oh, wait. That's the one where they won, right, Tony Tippin, and they lost when they went back to Chicago, right? Isn't that right, Tony Tippin? So he come back. That's right. They lost, but then they went back to Chicago and won. It was game 7, and they went back to Chicago and won. Yes, I do remember. You're right. Right. You right, Tony Tippins. You right. But he was out all night gambling. That's my point. And still was balling. Yeah. The Knicks, look at the Knicks, man. So Mitchell Robinson, I think we can safely say, top 2 offensive rebounder in the NBA, has won the Knicks several games, took the lunch money of Philly the other day again. No, was it Philly? Whose lunch money he took? He took Cleveland's lunch money the other day, didn't he? Yeah, Cleveland don't want to see Mitch Rob, 2nd round pick. Deuce McBride, 2nd round pick. Jalen Brunson, MVP candidate, 2nd round pick. Tyler Kolek, 2nd round pick. Look at this. 2nd round picks. Knicks 2nd in the East and pushing 2nd round picks. You can get talent in the 2nd round if you know what you're doing. Diawara, 2nd round pick. McCullough, 2nd round pick. Right? Diawara, 2nd round. Diawara like past 50. So is McCullough. 2nd round picks. 2nd round picks. I know. Mitch Rob, I knew Mitch Rob was going to be a championship piece when we got him. I was saying it from then. Mitch Rob, it's a championship piece. And now everybody sees it. Mitch Rob, Deuce, Kolek, Diawara, McCullough, Brunson. That's 6 guys. 2nd round picks. That's crazy, isn't it? 2nd round picks, man. There you go. Yeah, I think it was Scott Perry and oh man, what's his name? Scott Perry and the guy that's still with the Knicks, but he was on the basketball side. Then them 2 drafted Mitch Rob. It was Scott Perry and damn, what's that other guy's name? Oh, I forgot his name. He's from Hempstead. Well, Roosevelt anyway, but I forgot his name. But he's still in Knicks organization. Steve Mills, thank you, Richard Berry. I think they drafted Mitch Rob. Steve Mills and Scott Perry, I think they drafted Mitch Rob. Yeah. Those guys did a pretty good job. Like Steve Mills, a little bit wasn't the guy for roster construction, but they did a decent job, man. They didn't trade no 1st round picks. Isaiah Thomas was giving away 1st round picks like it was candy. When we got McCall, we had the cupboards to get what we needed from McCall Bridges. So, yeah. Well, Craigard, it's like this. If Mitch plays the rest of this season healthy and they win a championship, I'm guaranteeing you they're going to re-sign him. They're going to re-sign him, and he's going to be a bench piece. He's going to be a bench piece the same way the cat in Minnesota, Nas Reed's a bench piece. Mitch Robinson going to be a bench piece, just like that. Yeah, it was Fizz Goggles that was pushing to get Kevin Knox against Calipari's strong objection. Calipari was like, he ain't ready. But Fizz Goggles decided he was. So. You didn't, Malik? I'm surprised. I don't know why. Malik, I got to look in the, I wonder why you didn't get this. Well, you obviously are not banned because I can see you. So if you were banned, I couldn't even see you. So I don't know why you didn't get the notification. That's weird, man. That is some weird stuff. Yeah, that is some weird stuff, man. Yeah, so anyway. Yeah. But yeah, Isaiah was giving away first round picks. And it was, who was it? I think it was that cat that they had from Utah that traded Patrick Ewing, that also traded Marcus Camby, unfortunately. Yeah, we could keep mentioning Deuce here for like, yeah, Layden. I think he was the guy that traded Camby. And he traded the rights to the Brazilian kid that ended up being pretty good too. I forgot his name. The guy, he has one name. You'll remember him. Yeah, but knucklehead that guy was. So yeah, Nene. They had the rights to Nene. They traded him. They were trying to get Antonio McDyess. That's what it was. They were trying to get into Hilario. They were trying to get Antonio McDyess. And so they traded Marcus and they traded the rights to Nene to try to get Antonio McDyess, and we know how that worked out. You can't, some things you can say people don't have a sense of the moment too often. When you look back and say what should have happened, you got to also remember the moment. KP was the guy that year. He was the guy. And so Jackson, and there was another guy, Clarence Gaines, they knew what they were doing. KP, I was with KP. I was calling for them to draft Kristaps Porzingis before the draft. I wasn't surprised. I was glad they did that. But who knew he was going to be a walking injury? Who knew he was going to be in the ambulance school? But talent-wise, to me, KP was a game changer. I thought they should have traded Melo and got more rebuild around KP. But anyway, as it turns out, he wasn't going to be healthy anyway. But KP was the right move that year. He was the right move. The wrong move was Ntilikina. Ntilikina was the wrong move. The wrong move was Kevin Knox. Those were bad moves. Both of those guys were bad moves. And Jackson messed up on both of those. He did. Really, he did. But KP, I can't blame him. At the time, that was the pick. That was the right pick. Yeah. Stephen A. Stupid. Yeah. But that was the pick at that time. I cannot blame them for drafting him. That was the pick at that time. Yeah, it wasn't that. Nitty was hurt all the time. I haven't seen too many guys from rookie year always in the right position defensively. Nitty never got tricked defensively in his rookie year or any time. He was just always hurt. He couldn't develop because he was always hurt. He was Anthony Ambulance School in the groin department. Boy was always hurt. And, I couldn't have known that. Nobody could have known that he was going to be hurt like that, I don't know. I think KP was immature. He's mature now, but that Dallas trade was because he was being immature. And I think Mills did the right thing. Steve Mills did the right thing. Don't put it with the BS from nobody. So they traded him and they got what they needed to rebuild the team. So I'm glad they did that. Yeah. So yeah, Frank was too high. Sometimes a guy could be in the league, even if you don't know he's in Anthony Ambulance School. I wouldn't have drafted Pat Williams. Chicago drafted him fourth. I wouldn't have drafted him fourth. That's too high, And you ruin a guy sometimes drafting him that. Put a lot of pressure on the kid, to draft him that high. The guy Smith that played for Indiana, he was drafted too high, Phoenix, I was shocked. Phoenix drafted him like 10th. I was like, what? It was really too high. But yeah, I would have traded Melo. When all of that hoopla and he was doing the tour and going to all these different, I'd have traded him. Chicago or Houston, I would have traded. I would have traded him then. Well, that's one thing. I can't stand Danny Ainge, but he cold-blooded when it comes time to let somebody go. He cold-blooded. He is. And sometimes you need a little bit of that. Melo, it was time for him to go. The experiment failed. It didn't work out, and they should, when they got KP, they should have let Melo go. So yeah. Kevin Knox was a mistake, period. I wouldn't have drafted him. You talking about, you have both McCalls in there, both Bridges boys. Anyway, that was terrible. I was very disappointed at that draft. And I was like, I hope this guy Fizdale knows what he's doing. Apparently he didn't. Yeah, Mitch Rob was a home run, man. Total home run. Mitch Rob was. Deuce was. Kolick was. Total home runs. Diawara was. And as it turns out, McCullough was too, wasn't he? As it turns out. Yeah, I would let Melo walk. I would let him go. I wanted them to let him go because everybody was, to me, I already saw Melo declining the season before. He was already starting to decline. And a lot of times, the last person to realize they don't have it anymore is the player themselves. And Melo was that guy. When somebody suggested that he should come off the bench in Oklahoma City, he started laughing. I was like, well, I don't know why he's laughing. His ass needs to come off the bench. But he was laughing. I need to come off the bench. Paul, he said, I need to keep you. He's the last guy to understand he didn't have it no more, and he did. So he didn't have it no more. So I thought they should. He went to Houston and they were recruiting him. Chicago was recruiting him. I forgot who else, but those are the two big ones. And they would have gave up a lot to get Carmelo Anthony. They should have traded him right there. Should have traded him. Just like now. If y'all been hearing me for the last 2 years, trade Joel Embiid. Trade Joel Embiid. Trade Joel Embiid. Wave and stretch Joel Embiid. And get Hartenstein in there. I've been telling him that. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. From last year, not even summer 2024. Trade Joel Embiid. Get rid of him. I'm telling y'all. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Yeah. They are not going to. Oklahoma City is not picking up iHeart's $30 million in order to pay $180 million in tax. They're not doing it. They're going to let him walk. And iHeart is going to be a free agent, unrestricted free agent. So if I'm Philly, I'm getting rid of Joel Embiid yesterday. And I'm seeing whatever I could get for Joel Embiid to get him off my books. If I have to wave and stretch him, I'm getting rid of him. And I'm throwing a boatload of money at Isaiah Hartenstein. Because with them guards that they have, Philly would be tough. You can imagine Isaiah Hartenstein starting there? Philly would be tough, man. I'm trying to tell you. Philly would be rough. It'd be rough. Yeah, so I'm saying. So I would have got rid of him a year and a half ago. I'd have got rid of him. I'm trying to tell you. That's the latest. I'm like, man, please. And Hartenstein on the wings, man. I'd be tempted to call his agent. You can't do it, but I'll be like, what he want? He want 35 a year? I'm giving it to him. Nah, we too stacked on the Knicks. We too stacked. We can't use them. I mean, we could, but it would cost us Josh Hart. And that ain't gonna happen. So it would cost us Josh Hart. That ain't gonna happen. So forget it. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about Edgecombe, Maxey, Grimes, and McCain, and you got a guy that's going to play you 80 games in Hartenstein that plays both sides of the ball, and he's available. Oh, all you need is a decent backup, and they kind of got that, but, Philly would be rough, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I would do. If I was a GM in Philly, I would have been, Joe Embiid would be traded. Done. And that's right. Bone is a nice backup. Adam Boner. Yep. I have him as backup. But you got, Drummond is a vet. You trying to win a chip, right? You need a vet guy. So I would have him and Bone. But it'd be like, what you want? 4 years, 150? We doing it. We doing it. I'm trying to say we doing it. I'm not playing. Philly lose to OKC? Well, that's not unexpected. OKC's better. OKC's a better team. OKC is better. It's not surprising. Not surprising at all, man. Not surprising at all. But oh yeah, Philly. We were missing. Who were we missing, Jabronis? When we played them the last time, we were missing guys, right? We were missing. I know we're missing Deuce. Was it Deuce we were missing? And we were missing Brunson, I think. Let me just go back to that game. Philly, we lost 116. We lost bad that game too. Let me see who didn't play. I think we were missing some guys that game. Hold on. We had OG, Cat, Josh, and Kyle Brunson. We were missing Deuce. We had Mitch Rob. We were missing Deuce. We had Diawara play 3 minutes. That don't count. Yabusele, that don't count. So we really had Kolick, Clarkson, and Mitch Rob. And we had no Deuce that game. And yeah, they balled. They beat our ass. They beat us. They beat us. We owe them one. We owe them one. We got to come back at them. We got to come back at them. Yeah, so. Oh, that's what it was, Richard? Okay. Ah, yes. I think you're right about that. Let me go back. Let's go back and look at the schedule. Yes, you're right. They played Indiana at Indiana, beat them by 1 point, and the next night they come back to the Garden and play Philly in Madison Square Garden. That's right. That's correct. That's right. That's what it was. I knew there was something, and then no Deuce too. So, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, we owe them one. We got to get them. We got to go get them, man. We got to get them. We'll be ready. You know the Knicks gonna be ready, man. When did we play them? When did we play them again? When is it? We play Philly on January 3rd. Okay. I don't think it's a stretch to say Deuce should be back. I'm hoping Landry Shamet might be ready to play. Shoot. When did Begley mention Drummond? I don't recall him mentioning Drummond, John Petty. I don't think the Knicks are going to get Drummond. No, I don't think so. The Knicks don't need to get Drummond. And the reason they don't is because you already have Cat, Mitch Rob, Porty, and Jemison. You don't need another guy at the 5. Bay would be a better fit. Bay can play the 2, the 3, and the 4. And he can guard the 2, the 3, and the 4. Sadiq Bay would be a better fit in that scenario. Yeah, so I don't buy into Drummond. No. No. I think that's redundant to get Andre Drummond right now. Kind of redundant. Yeah, either Bay or Precious. Both of those guys can guard at least 3 positions. And Precious could play 5 if you needed him to. And Precious is definitely a natural 4. So, yeah. Oh, plays. Okay. I wouldn't take too much stock in that. He probably threw a lot of names out. I'm sure Drummond wasn't the only name he threw out. So he probably threw out a lot of names. But I wouldn't take that too seriously. The Knicks don't need Drummond. But, yeah, let's see what they do, though. It's going to be interesting. Because I think they are actively trying, and this was definitely said, that they're actively trying to trade Gershon Yabusele. They're actively trying to see what they can get here. So let's see what they do. Trade deadlines are always in February. Trade deadlines always in February. So we're going to see. Yeah, another roughneck wouldn't hurt. Yeah. Well, obviously, Precious is a definite roughneck. I thought Yabusele would be a roughneck. I'm a little disappointed. I thought he would be a roughneck, but Precious has already shown us he's a roughneck. Yeah, Precious is a certified Queens roughneck for sure. Yeah. So we'll see. Porty, you know what's disappointing me about Porty? Y'all seen when Tyler Kolek cursed him out? Did y'all see that? When Tyler Kolek cursed him out? Maybe like a week and a half ago. Did y'all see that? Did you see that? Why did he curse him out? Because Porty had the ball under the basket, a beautiful pass from Kolek, and he did not dunk the basketball. He did a Ben Simmons and threw it out to a 3-point shooter who missed. And Kolek said, "Dunk the blanking ball." That's what he was yelling at. Dunk that effing ball. And that's what I'm having a problem with. When Porty was first trying to make the team, he was dunking on everybody. Now it seems like he's afraid to get blocked. He ain't dunking on nobody. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. But Porty needs to be more aggressive. I don't think he's a roughneck right now. Maybe he got the potential to be. But the way he weekly getting these, having them weak follow-ups, he needs to flush it on somebody like he was doing before when he was trying to make the team. Yeah, Yabu's just not a good fit for us. He ain't good for us, man. Sadiq Bey would be though. And we already, I think we agree, Precious is a good fit, right? Precious and Sadiq, good fit, right? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so anyway, yeah, I know. Hookah's still young though, right? 23, I think he's still a young boy. Right now, Sadiq Bey, how is he doing? That's a good question. How is Sadiq Bey doing? That is a good question. Let me look. Let's find out how Sadiq is doing. Let's go to Sadiq. Did I spell his name right? Sadiq Bey. Okay, let's see. How is Sadiq doing this year? Coming back from the ACL. Sadiq is 26. He'll be 27 in April. He is averaging 14. He's averaging basically 15.6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's only shooting 31% from three, 80% from the line, 45% from the field. I think Sadiq's doing all right. I think he is. I think he's doing all right. Guy coming off an ACL. I think he's doing all right. I think so. So yeah, he's averaging 15 a game on 44% shooting. So yeah, I think Sadiq doing all right, man. I think he's doing all right. Let me see his on off. See where we at on his on off. It's not gonna be good because New Orleans sucks this year. Let's see. It doesn't show it. Let me see. All right, so his on off. Hey, they're not showing. They just show his last 5 games, but they don't really show it. Anyway, I don't know. He's doing all right. I think he's doing good enough that he'd be really good on a good team like the Knicks. Oh, I love Jeremy Sohan. I don't know what happened to him, but I love Jeremy Sohan, man. I like his game. Is he really Jerome? Okay. Well, anyway, to me, his Sadiq based talent, you put a good player on a great team and he'll shine. I think, and especially he's with the Villanova crew. Come on, man. That would be good. That'd be good for the Knicks. Another Villanova dude, another Jay Wright. I think we'd be all right. I think we'd be all right. I think we would. Well, we'll see. You're making a broad opinion there, Dork, Soros, but I agree. I like Precious. I like him a lot, but I wouldn't say he's the best on all of those. I like Sadiq too. I like Sadiq Bey. On any trade, the Knicks got to send out more than they bring in. So you're talking about Yabu Sele. If it's just Precious for Yabu, it would be straight up because Precious is making 2.5, Yabu's making 5.5. That would work. If it's Sadiq Bey, you'd have to attach Pacome Daddier because Sadiq's making 6 and Yabu Sele is making 5.5. So you need to add salary. That would be Daddier. So that's what it would cost you. For Sohan, I think it's the same. You'd have to send Yabusele and Daddier because I think Sohan's making 7 this year. I think Sohan's making 7. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that works out. And yeah, horse of Kevin Love. Yeah. But it's not like the Knicks could just automatically get Precious. Precious is under the contract of the Sacramento Kings. And yes, maybe they're trying to also, do a rebuild because they done messed up. They put bad combinations together. They've been messing up for years. Anytime somebody wants to complain about the Knicks management needs to look at Sacramento. They've been sucked in win for years. Years. So, you know. I think Sadiq Bey plays some tough defense, man. Sadiq Bey plays defense, man. He ain't he's better than Jordan Clarkson. And Jordan Clarkson's playing defense this year. Yeah, so we'll see what the Knicks do. It'd be nice to have. It'd be a good story. Either way, right? Because you got another Villanova cat, or you get a guy that was in the Knicks organization and is back in the Knicks organization. So we'll see. Let's see what happens, man. I don't think that's true, Dork. He signed a contract for the season. I think he's if I look at Spot Rack, I think he's 2.4s for the season. It doesn't expire. Nobody's contract expires in February. I think it's for the season. Let me just see here. Look at you're saying Precious contract. Yeah, you guys look at too many guys that bring out false information. Somebody was saying the other day some of the craziest stuff. Hey, was that AI or did LeBron punch that boy in the face? Did LeBron really punch that boy in the face? Did LeBron really punch that boy from Phoenix in the face? I saw a video of it and I was like, did LeBron really punch him in the face? Yeah, no. Precious is guaranteed $2.45 million this season. So no, it doesn't expire in February. It doesn't expire in February. Did LeBron really punch Dylan Brooks in the face like that? I just saw a video clip, and I think it was on Instagram, that showed LeBron punching this boy, but I wasn't sure if it was AI. It was AI, right, Guilford? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, but Bron is still big and strong and can still young enough to knock somebody out with a right cross. So I wouldn't mess with him. He's still 6'9", 260 pounds, built like a brick doo-doo house. He just gets a little bit more ornery now because he's 40 years old. But yeah, I would not mess with him. Okay, I want to make sure. I thought it was AI. I said that looks like AI. I said he didn't really do that, but I heard that Dylan Brooks got suspended, right? I heard Dylan Brooks got suspended. I heard Dylan Brooks was suspended. So, yes, I did see. Now, Alvarado did punch Mark Williams, right? I mean, he really threw a punch at Mark Williams, right? I think he did. Yeah, I think Alvarado, that wasn't no AI. I think Alvarado actually swung at Mark Williams. Yeah. So don't mess with them cats from Brooklyn, man. They ain't having it. Hey, them cats from Brooklyn ain't having it. Dickie, don't mess with them. Somebody should have talked to Mark Williams. Somebody should have told him about it. Yeah, that was for real. Somebody should have told him, don't mess with them cats from Brooklyn, man. You should know better. You know better than that. Coach House, you like that? Exactly, Wallflower. Some of them short dudes got that Napoleon complex. You don't want to mess with them. There was a cat back in the day named Kevin Porter. He played for Detroit too. I think he set a record one time for assists in a game. I think he had 33. But nobody in the league wanted to mess with Kevin Porter. I've seen him shut big men up, just step in their face, and they just didn't say nothing. Exactly, Wallflower. Kevin Porter was that dude, man. Oh, man. Yeah, he did well, but yeah, Kevin Porter was a bad man. He was a little dude, bad man though. Shoot. I never seen Muggsy Bogues get into a fight, but I wouldn't mess with him either. Little roughneck looking dude from DC. Hell no. Roughneck looking dude, man. I ain't messing with no Muggsy. Hell no. Yeah, well, Draymond Green knows when to mess around and not to. You know, Vernon Maxwell, Muggsy Bogues, Kevin Porter, they were all beat Draymond Green's ass. All of them were, you know. So he knew how to act tough when somebody ain't fighting back. You know. Yeah. So did he say that, Dorcas? Oh, well, let's see. I'd love to get Precious back up in here. Bane is legit tough dude though. He's a little roughneck, legit roughneck little dude, and he be daring somebody to try to throw hands with him. He's a legit roughneck from the bricks dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kenyon Martin would. Yeah, Kenyon Martin would have had something to say for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, man, for sure. All right, y'all, man. It's time for me to go get some grape juice. Listen, tomorrow night's the game. Y'all know, y'all know, y'all know. We gotta get this dub tomorrow, y'all. Hopefully we get Deuce in the lineup tomorrow. Hopefully we get Deuce back in the lineup tomorrow. Knicks Nation, please. Yeah, I knew this was just referring to Malik. Knicks Nation, please be safe. Knicks Nation, please be safe out here. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Of course, I'm retired, for my weekend continues. Every day is weekend for me. So y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow. Sure.